Spending months on HI Hitman, I wanted to build something different, something smaller, and just have some fun. I'm making the most stereotypical horror game you can imagine, convenience store at night time. Simple idea, small map, should be easy, right? I started by importing an asset pack into Unreal Engine 5 and putting everything into UEFN. I loaded into the session expecting everything to just run nice and smooth. Well, it's not exactly what happened. The performance was absolutely terrible. Not slow, literally unplayably slow. Well, there's four main problems. So it's time to start optimizing. Number one, lowest hanging fruit is textures. Most of them are in 4K resolution. Looks great, but doesn't make much sense for us. So from the get-go, we reduced near enough all of them to 1K, 1024. Some of them I even reduced all the way down to 256 for performance boost immediately. I did take it a bit too far in some places, so some blurry looking fucking signs and shit. So reverted whatever looked blurry. Next was meshes. Didn't play around with HLODs or anything like that. All I did was lower triangle percent count. Some of them needed to go down 60%. Some of them at 30% looked good in the editor, but in actual game, artifacts appeared, they looked crazy, so there's a bit of tweaking that needed to be done there as well. Next up was probably another gigantic performance killer. It was lighting. Obviously, if I showed you the complexity view model, it would look like the whole screen was white. I removed a lot of lights that weren't necessary, and the lights that still were needed, reduced the attenuation radius on those. The lighting overall is still not perfect, especially not performance wise, but I settled for what we've got at the moment. Actually, another thing I forgot about lighting, I removed the shadows on near enough every object that was kind of small. It wasn't making much difference, but kept the shadows on the big objects that were making the key role in the environment. Finally, number 4, HISM, hierarchical, instant, static mesh. You know what I'm on about. Now, I didn't always care about optimization. It was more so whilst playing my rogue on the Switch 2, which is kind of a new console, the performance was fucking so shit, stuttering, lagging all over the place. So since then I've been more focused on optimizing maps instead of just not even thinking about it. Now that performance is kind of on the way to being there, I wanted to move on to the map being interactable. First thing that I could think about, well, actually it was the main thing I wanted to do, was creating refrigerated doors to be able to be opened and closed. But I didn't want to do this with cinematics because that would just take so long doing it for each and every one. So I did some scene graph, and I actually don't know how to code. So a couple of YouTube tutorials got that working. Audio on this was a challenge of itself. I had to create meta sounds. I had no idea what I was doing, but I got 2 meta sounds in the components and couldn't really figure out how to play each one at a different time. So I reverted to just audio devices. Now the issue with using the audio device was that the sound wasn't coming from the doors exactly, because I think it couldn't find an agent, so that if I did it on Instigator it wasn't finding it, so I put it on the device's location. It works. It's not perfect, but it works. Next up was kind of simple until I made it not simple. So we put in custom conversation devices, put the UI straightforward until I wanted to add a custom button. This small change turned into hours of debugging, especially with how long the pushing changes takes with maps with more than one prop in it. Eventually with some help with some guy called Rex on the Fortnite Discord, I got it working. This again took hours, but it felt really satisfying. My brain was working, which you don't always have. Sometimes it's kind of just monotonous or repetitive, so it's nice when you get that like, brain working feeling. Next up, we added the introduction sequence. You wake up to the phone ringing, your boss is calling, there's some work to do. First, the game is completely silent at this point, so I added some ambience. Refrigerators are humming, the phone ringing in the cinematic, starting to feel a bit more real. Obviously, atmosphere. It cannot be done by just visuals alone. Sound is a crucial role in that as well. But currently the objective is shown through the HUD in the bottom right. But now that I'm actually writing and recording this, I'm realizing that an actual VFX device where you looks like you're carrying the items would be much better to communicate this. It's not really that difficult, but with the positions of them, it's gonna take a long time because of how long Fortnite takes to push changes. Really, that's. Hopefully, you enjoyed episode 1 of the night shop devlog kind of thing. Um, yeah, watch the next one.